Hi friends, this lesson is for Module 4, Lesson 20. In the last few lessons, we learned about a new tool that will help us to organize our thinking. Do you remember what it's called? Yeah, you're right, a tape diagram. Today we're going to continue working with the tape diagram, but we're going to just make it a little bit better. Here we go. Our learning goal says, I can use a tape diagram to organize my thinking. We've been doing that. Today we're going to push ourselves to add in two pieces that, quite frankly, I'm not even good at doing. So maybe this is something you're really strong in, but it's tricky for me. So we're going to focus in on adding labels to our tape diagram. That's where we just label the different parts so we can see clearly our thinking. And then also adding in statements or a good telling sentence to give information about our answer at the end. Here we go. 13 people stood in line for Monster Jam. You know, the truck rally? Some more people joined the line, and now there are 17. How many more people came to see the show? I'm going to read it one more time. 13 people stood in line for Monster Jam. Some more people joined the line, and now there are 17. How many more people came to see the show? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead first. I'm going to put in my good tape diagram. You'll see I have two parts, and then those parts, when I put them together, will equal the whole amount. I'm going to make my tape diagram, but then I'm going to go line by line with the word problem and fill it in. So here we go. The first line says, 13 people stood in line for Monster Jam. Now I got to think, is that a part or the whole amount? Oh, it's just a part because I know that later on some more people join the line. So 13 people joined the line for Monster Jam. I'm going to go ahead and put 13 in that part box, so don't forget. And, now would be a good time to do my label. 13 people stood in line. Line. I'm going to make an L for my label. Now, in my 13 box, I'm just going to draw that quick picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You know what? I had a group of 10 and then 3 more ones. I'm going to trade those 3 ones out, for dark circles. Just so I can clearly see when I look in that box that I already have a group of 10. And now I'm going to make a new one. It's just a way to keep myself a little bit more organized. You can do it or not do it. Quite frankly, sometimes it confuses me to do it like that. So if you want to, go for it. If not, don't worry about it. Today I'm going to do kind of a mix, where sometimes I do it when I colored in when I start a new group of 10s, and then I'm not going to do it for other ones. You know, like I said, it gets tricky sometimes. Okay, so I did my first line, 13 people stood in line, and now I have the word some. I put the word some in green just to let you know that when you see the word some, that's not a number. So I'm most likely going to have to find that answer. Okay, so some more people join the line. So I'm going to go ahead and put an S over there for some because I know I'm going to have to find out what that number is. That's my other part. So it's the other piece of the people in line. Then it says now there are 17. Well, I know that's my whole amount. Okay, now that I have my tape diagram started, I just have to fill in that last part. I'm going to say 13 and then do circles until I get to 17. Here we go. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Stop. Okay, friend, how many circles did I put in that part? You're right, 4. Okay, now the last thing I need to do is write my good statement. 4. Oh, 4 people joined the line. Yeah, now you can clearly see what my answer is. Let's try another one. Anna had 15 Shopkins in her backpack. She gave some to Katerina, and now she only has 10. How many Shopkins did Anna give to Katerina? I'm going to go ahead and read that one more time. Anna had 15 Shopkins in her backpack. She gave some to Katerina, and now she only has 10. How many Shopkins did Anna give to Katerina? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make my place value, or my tape diagram, where I have my two parts, and all together that's going to equal the whole amount. If you start with an empty tape diagram, you can just fill it in when you read the information. All right, so it says Anna had 15 Shopkins. Now, is that a part or the whole amount? This is tricky because later on she gives some away. So, and I need to know Let's see how many she gave away. So she started with 15, so that's definitely going to be the whole amount. Okay, it says she gave some to Katerina. There's that word some. Do I know how many she gave away yet? Nope. But I know that that's going to be part of the 15. So I'm going to put a K over in that box because later on I'm going to fill it in. And now she only has 10. Who has 10? Oh yeah, Anna. I'm going to go ahead and put an A for my label for Anna. And I'm going to draw a picture of that 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfecto. All right, I filled in all the pieces that I knew for sure, and now I just need to go ahead and count up to 5, find how many Anna gave Katerina. So I'm going to say 10 and then count up to 15. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Friend, how many Shopkins did Anna give to Katerina? Yep, 5, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in my other part. What's a good statement I could say? 5. 5 what? How about Katerina got 5 Shopkins? Does that tell you information about my answer? Sure does, friend. Okay, it's your turn. You need to get a dry erase board and a marker or a math journal, and I'm going to have you go ahead and do the next problem. Press pause and press play when you're ready. Okay, here we go, friend. There were 16 Hershey Kisses in the jar. Hang on. Sorry, I had to get rid of that 7. Okay, I'm going to start over. There were 16 Hershey's Kisses in the jar. Will ate 7 and left the rest for Bella. How many Hershey Kisses did Bella have to eat? I'm going to read it again. There were 16 Hershey Kisses in the jar. Will ate 7 and left the rest for Bella. How many Hershey Kisses did Bella have to eat? Okay, let's go ahead and make our tape diagram. I want you to go ahead and draw an empty tape diagram on your dry erase board or in your math journal. And then I'm going to read it again, and I want you to press pause and try to fill in just the parts that we know. So here we go. There were 16 Hershey Kisses in the jar. Where would that go on your tape diagram? Will ate 7. Okay, so can you fill in the part with Will eating 7? Good. And then the rest are for Bella. I want you to go ahead and figure out how many Bella got out of those 16. Can you go ahead and press pause while you filled out the whole thing and then press play to check yourself? Don't forget to put labels and a statement. Okay, you ready, friend? So here we go. Remember, I like to draw an empty tape diagram and then fill in the pieces as I go. There were 16 Hershey Kisses in the jar. I'm going to go ahead and make that my whole amount because that's how many were in the jar. It didn't say that we added any more to the jar, so that's definitely the amount that I have altogether. Will ate 7. So I'm going to go ahead and label this box a W for Will, and I'm going to put 7 in there because I know that he ate 7 for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that what yours look like so far, friend? If not, press pause, just make your corrections, because in a moment we're going to figure out how many Bella had. Okay, so here we go. The next piece says, and left the rest for Bella. So I'm going to go ahead and put a B for Bella, and I don't know how many she got, so that's what I'm figuring out right now. So I'm at 7, because that's how many Will ate, and I need to get to 16. So I'm going to go ahead and draw circles until I get to 16. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Stop. Okay, friend, how many did Bella get to have? Yeah, you're right, 9, because that's how many circles I drew. My statement says Bella had 9 Hershey Kisses. What does yours say? Oh, perfect. Yeah, it's okay if it's just a little bit different because as long as it just tells about Bella having 9, you're good. All right, let's try another one. Joshua ate some Doritos. Lucas ate 7 Doritos. If the bag had 13 Doritos when the boys opened it, how many Doritos did Joshua eat? Okay, I'm going to read it again. Joshua ate some Doritos. Lucas ate 7 Doritos. If the bag had 13 Doritos when the boys opened it, how many Doritos did Joshua eat? Okay, We're going to do it again. I want you to draw an empty tape diagram. I'm going to read it piece by piece. I want you to fill it in, and then we're going to check ourselves at the end. Here we go. Joshua ate some Doritos. Go ahead and do your good label. Lucas ate 7 Doritos. Go for it. Show it in your tape diagram. If the bag had 13 Doritos when the boys opened it, how many Doritos did Joshua eat? Okay, you need to figure out how many Doritos Joshua had. Press pause while you do it, friend. Okay, ready to check yourself? Here we go. It says Joshua ate some Doritos. I have no idea how many he ate. Some is not a number, but I'm going to put a J right there because I know he's part of the fellas that ate the Doritos. Then it says Lucas ate 7 Doritos. So I'm going to do an L for Lucas, and I'm going to fill in 7 in that box because I know that's how many he had for sure. Then it says if the bag had 13 Doritos when they opened it, well, if the bag opened with 13, that's the whole amount. Now I just have to start at 7 and go up to 13 to figure out how many Joshua ate. Ready? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Stop. So it looks like Joshua had 6. My good statement says Joshua had 6 Doritos. How'd you do, friend? Whew, I told you this is tricky, but I'm really proud of you. You're doing such a nice job. Our learning goal for today says I can use a tape diagram to organize my thinking. And we really want to make sure we have in those labels and good statements. That's what your teacher is going to be looking for today. Here's the problem you're going to do. It says, Mrs. Evans baked Mr. Petrie and Mrs. Edwards cookies. She gave 6 cookies to Mr. Petrie and 8 cookies to Mrs. Edwards. How many cookies did Mrs. Evans bake? Now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to draw your tape diagram, and then you're going to find the answer and you're going to fill in this statement. Mrs. Evans baked blank cookies. I'm going to read it one more time for you, but then it's your turn to go ahead and go. Mrs. Evans baked Mr. Petrie and Mrs. Edwards cookies. She gave 6 cookies to Mr. Petrie and 8 cookies to Mrs. Edwards. How many cookies did Mrs. Evans bake? Good luck, friend.